Welcome to the Lily Pad podcast. It has been 3,000 years since I've posted something. No, I think the last show I posted was May 6th. I was with my friend Lucy, who I am also here with again today. Hello.
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 How are you all?
Well, I'm not sure about everybody else, but I'm good.
Good.
So Lucy and I literally just gorged on some yummy Crispellis.
Yes. They were delicious. Fresh and hot.
Fresh and hot. I had a ricotta cheese, and a sugar.
And I also had the same. And they were delicious.
They were.
Merrimack Valley.
Yep. Very, very good stuff. It's basically just fried dough.
Mm-hmm.
With stuff in it, or none. You can get plain, or with sugar on it, which is really awesome. So it's been a while since I've posted. I have no idea what I want to talk about today. I just wanted to get something out. But like I said, Lucy and I, we hung out yesterday too. We had a fire. Anybody have a fire this weekend? Email me your stories if anything interesting happened around the fire. Those are always good stories. April at thelilypadpodcast.com. We didn't have anything completely major happen.
No,
We just kind of sat there and relaxed.
Yeah, although we did drag out this kid's toy that flashed a bunch of colors. And
That was kind of neat.
Yeah.
That lightsaber wand thing. That was
something.
fun. I think I actually posted something on my Instagram on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go look.
That's funny.
I gotta start posting everywhere much more, more often. I say this all the time. Probably half the episodes I've done, I need to do this more. And I don't get consistent. I'm horrible with that. That needs to change. But I know there will be an episode coming up next month, hopefully, about the vacation I just took. But just to let you all know, I went to Punta Cana with the girls, and it was epic indeed. I had some hurdles, not going to lie. But I'm not going to tell you about any of them. I'm going to wait till that episode, so you guys will have to tune in for that one. So it'll be marked probably like Girls Trip 2019 or something. I don't know. Punta Cana. But yeah, it was a good time. Very good time. But I will say, if you've done any kind of traveling, even if it's going camping, like for a weekend, don't you just love coming home? Lucy, you have this really weird look on your face.
I'm just listening to you.
Right. Well, when you've gone
excited.
camping, isn't it great to come home and sleep in your own bed?
It is. There's nothing like it.
And what's best is putting clean sheets on it, taking a shower, and going right to bed.
Yeah.
That's like the best feeling.
Like you love going out and disconnecting or
I still have my ice
being
coffee.
away from something mundane. You love to get away and have a good time, but yeah, coming home's always a good feeling.
It is a good feeling. I haven't gone camping in years. It's been a really long time.
Got to change that.
Yeah, definitely do some camping. Okay, any of you out there who like to camp, now those
Let's talk
are
about
some
that
good
stuff.
stories.
Yeah.
We may have to have like a campfire discussion type of, that can go in a lot of directions.
Yeah, it could.
That may be more than one episode. It might have to be a little mini-series. But yeah, I think a camping episode, I want to hear those crazy-ass stories. So you guys have to email me those as well. April at thelilypadpodcast.com, just in case you didn't hear it the first time. It has been a lazy Sunday. Like I said, I had some technical difficulties earlier. It's always when Lucy comes over. I think the last time you came over, early May, I had the same problem, although I was able to fix it without doing what I did. But it seems to be okay now, so I'm kind of happy about that. But yeah, so lazy day, but I haven't been home much this weekend, hanging out with friends. Saw Bridget yesterday, saw you last night.
Yeah.
With the fire.
The fire.
The fire. It was a little chilly, not going to lie.
Oh, so April and I have been starting to go to the Hampstead Manor.
Oh yeah, that's a good restaurant.
That's been around here for a long time. A lot of like my older siblings and cousins that are 20 years older or whatever.
The
parents would always talk about it.
Yeah, and the food's very good. I love their salad. That Caesar salad's awesome.
Those steak tips melted in my mouth.
Steak tips. And we got the bacon wrapped scallops yesterday. That was it squash, right? Little tiny piece of squash.
Yeah.
So this little fillet of squash, and the scallop is on top of it, and it's wrapped in bacon, and it cooks. So all that, just think about it for a second. I'm sure you can put that, hopefully that taste in your mind, but it was good.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's great.
But food. It's always about food. Gotta talk about the food first.
I know, it always comes up. Well, we like food.
What about campfire food? Like, what would you say is your favorite thing? I mean, everything cooking on an open fire is fantastic. So, I mean, I'm not going to lie about that either.
My favorite thing?
We could have categories.
Sheesh.
Like desserts and food.
Well, I really enjoy wrapping a potato in foil and tossing it right on the coals.
Oh, yeah.
And just turning it every now and then, you know?
I like campfire coffee, even though it's really not that great.
Mine is.
Well, I mean,
it depends on what you have.
Yeah. We had the coffee pot. We had it came out good.
French presses are great.
But I just loved having a nice, warm, strong cup of coffee next to a fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Campfire coffee for me is usually strong.
Yeah, it's always...
I was using the Maxwell House coffee singles. It looks like a tea bag, but it's...
Oh, yeah, those are good.
Yeah. I use those a lot.
Yeah.
And I have this thing. I found it in the basement or the attic somewhere.
Yeah.
It's put out by Corningware.
Okay.
And it's like a coffee carafe, and it's got this little metal plate that stands up, and there's a spot to put like a sterno candle.
Okay.
And then you put the coffee pot right over that.
Oh, it keeps it...
And it makes your coffee. It percolates.
Nice.
And yeah, so I really want to try that out this year when I camp. I haven't tried it. I don't have to camp to try it out, but
right, I know what you're saying. Like, you could do it anytime.
Right.
But it doesn't mean as much unless you're doing it on the side of a mountain.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Maybe
What?
next time we have a fire, we'll try it out over there outside.
Oh, we should totally do that.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll do one of my favorite things is roasting marshmallows.
Yes.
I mean, I love a s'more. Don't get
But
me
even
wrong.
just the marshmallows.
The marshmallows, just shove that thing right in my mouth.
And the jumbo ones. They have jumbo marshmallows.
They do. Those things are giant.
I like roast it, eat the outside, roast it again.
Eat the outside.
Eat the outside.
5 hours later, you finally get to the middle. No, they're good. They are really good. I like putting the hot dogs on a skewer. I like putting chicken on a skewer, and even steak.
Chicken's great, yeah.
It's really yummy stuff. But I want to get one of those grates. But I'm going to actually redo my fire pit in the backyard. Right now, you could tell I kind of put it together really fast. I want it to be a little more, I guess, manicured. And I'm still going to incorporate those giant cobblestones. But so I'm kind of going over ideas in my head. But we're going to make it a little, a little more symmetrical and stuff.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then I want to buy the cooking grate because I do want to cook over it.
Right.
I said last night I'm just going to put the tent up in my backyard and just pretend I'm camping.
Yeah. Well, it gives you a sense of relaxation that's different from being inside your bed and in your house.
Yeah. See, the weird part about that is like, yeah, you could still hear, nature and the, birds or whatever's out there.
Crickets and this and that, yeah.
Crickets and, yeah.
Frogs.
If you have frogs. I don't think I've ever seen a frog.
Oh, well.
In my yard.
We're swampy where I'm at, so we get a lot of frogs. A lot
Yeah.
of tree frogs, too. I love the noises they make.
Yeah.
But camping, yeah. So here's the question is how many people prefer roughing it over
Well, see, this is the
having
thing.
amenities?
Everybody's version of roughing it could be different. Now, when we say roughing it, it's take a shovel and find a nice quiet tree to dig a hole. That's when I've roughed it.
No running water.
No running water.
bathrooms.
Well, no running water. You don't drink the water, but you want to be near a stream because you want the water to at least be circulating.
Oh, I meant running water as in toilets and sinks.
Oh,
and
no,
stuff.
right.
But you want water to be flowing. You don't want stagnant water.
No stagnant. Not a good place to camp. We used to because the water's always cold, we would put our gallons of water, we'd tie them and have them sit in there so they would stay cold.
That's a great idea.
So I'm not a spam person, right? It doesn't appeal to me in any way, shape, or form. However, I was introduced to it when I was camping with the guys. And I used to hang out with a bunch of guys, whatever like that. And, we, one of them was married and one had a girlfriend, or two had a girlfriend. And I was actually dating one of them at the time, and even before that. But when we went camping, one of the guys brought like the, I don't know, bacon flavored or a breakfast type of whatever flavor spam, and I was like, oh god, I couldn't do it. I mean, I eat a lot of junk food and a lot of crap. Okay, but for some reason spam was just. So he's like, let me all right,
Spam
fine.
and eggs?
So they put like on the scale or whatever, and I had it, and it actually tasted fine. But the thing is too is when you're on the side of a mountain and you're limited with your food, you eat certain things that you may or may not always eat every day.
Right.
So when I was camping with Mark, we bought a can of Spam, the breakfast kind, right? So had like this little flat. It was paddle from the paddle board. We hadn't used it. It was brand new. I sterilized it and I used it as a cutting board.
What is that called? Resourceful?
Yeah, it was perfect cutting board. And he was doing something with the fire, and I had brought a couple of, like hand towels, whatever, just in case we needed anything. So he asked for one of the hand towels, and I grabbed the towel and gave it to him, and all of a sudden you hear, right? So the Spam, because he was going to throw the can or put the can in the fire. I said, no, let's take them out, put them in the skewers so we can at least sear them. And I'm like, I'm not cooking in that gel crap.
Right.
I'm like,
yeah.
I want to throw up right now, but... So I take them out of the can and I make these little Spam steaks,
Yeah.
if you will. They all slide down onto the ground.
Oh, no.
Now, mind you, you're on the side of a mountain and you have only a certain amount of food with you, right? So I look down at the Spam and I look kind of behind Mark at the river. And I said to him, if we rinse them off and really cook the crap out of them, any bacteria that's on it won't matter.
Right, it'll cook off.
So we did that.
Yeah, I would do the same thing.
You know what? They were fine. But it was like, wow. Like certain rules go out the window when you're really out there. Because when I would get there, I'd take pictures of the campsite and I'd shut my phone off. And I never looked at it until the day we were leaving.
Right.
When we were packing up and then taking it, Well, I took pictures after we set up, then I shut it off, just for the, and I think there might have been a few times, well, that's a lie. I think I've turned them on a few times to take pictures of the fire or some of the trip itself. But when I wasn't using it, it was off. So I didn't want to drain the battery, but
Right.
So,
well, you're there to just connect anyway.
Yeah.
So.
That place gets dark.
Yes, it does.
The mountains get dark when it goes
Especially
dark.
when there's no moon.
Yeah. And then when your fire goes out, forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Stay in your tent. Do not bring.
Scary.
It's really scary.
Yeah.
It's really scary.
So your Spam story about falling on the ground and stuff.
My name is April. I do know a Pam. Hi, Pam.
So one of the times I went camping, the person I was with didn't listen to me about putting the coolers into the cab of the truck, and he put it in the bed of the truck and covered it with a tarp. I'm like, that's not.
No, actually, they tell you to do that. The rangers actually told us to do just that because they can't see them anymore either. But see, they've probably gone beyond that now.
But they smell it. So anyway, this was years ago. And so we also had a grill that we cooked on at the site.
Yeah.
It was too hot to do anything with, so we couldn't put it away yet.
Yeah.
And we were really tired after setting up and cooking and stuff. So, I don't know, somewhere around 4 a.m, I hear this giant tree branch snap in the distance. And then I keep hearing it happen as it gets closer and closer. And I heard something down at the truck, and there was a bear at the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard 3 big thuds, and the bear was at our campsite. And I saw its nose sniffing the bottom of our tent.
Oh, yeah.
That was scary. And I just had my hands over my mouth and my nose.
Trying not to breathe.
Yeah, trying not to make any noise. And like, I woke my friend up with my hand over my face and my hand over his face. And I was just like, shh. And then the bear went back to the truck. So the bear leaves, and we go and assess the damage.
Oh, jeez.
And we really have no food left. But, like, we have to clean up the mess because it's our mess and it's our fault that the bear got into the food.
Yeah.
So we had to go, like... So Tripoli Road, where we're talking about camping, you drive this long road, and all the sites, for the most part, are off to the right when you're driving.
Yeah, most of them
into this place and through this. I
mean, they do have some on the left.
They have some on the left when you go up the mountain more, and they're called meadow sites.
Yeah,
and the ones down on the left, some of the sites are really cool because there's a little brook that runs down it, and if you're lucky you get one of those spots, but you gotta get there early because those are popular places.
Yeah, it's best to even get there
like Thursday.
I was gonna say Thursday morning, hopefully, but a lot of people stay through Thursday, so if not, get there by like before the sun rises on like Friday. Yeah, because some people leave on Fridays.
So and so each site, I would say it's about 50 yards from where you park your car to the site itself.
Yeah, it's not usually a very close walk. You have a little bit of a walk.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to go through a ditch, or it's downhill.
There's no trails made for.
Right. No.
You have to make your own trail to get to the site.
So. Yeah. So it was the bear. Very easy to get to the site with 3 steps. And so across the street, up the hill where there's no campers and stuff and trees, we had to clean up our mess.
Yep.
And one of the things I found were some Nature Valley oat and honey granola crunch bars.
Oh, God.
And, like, some of them had, like, holes from, like, the bear's teeth and, like, a tiny bite was taken out of it. But, like, for the most part, the bar was good. And I'm like, there's no bugs on it. All right. I'll keep it. I'll eat it because this thing ate our food. But we had steak chips that had previously been frozen.
Ew.
But they were double sealed and you couldn't smell them. So we were spared steak tips and potatoes. And a few of those bars that we found.
There was, I have a couple of bear stories. The first time we went camping, he and I, we were sitting there, and I remember we were just kind of chilling by the fire. And, like I said, just relaxing, and way out in the distance I can hear, like, the faintest thump. Like that little, like... It's the slow walk because bears, don't walk fast. Right. I mean, they can run and everything, but they usually walk fairly. But it's something about the distance. And it was so faint, but I could feel it and I could hear it. And I looked at him, I said, "Did you hear that?" And he's like, "Hear what?" I go, "The bear." He goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "There's a bear around here. I can hear him walking." He's like, "What are you talking about? Like, how can you hear this?" I'm like, "No, I can hear it." But we, so I was listening because your senses get very heightened up there.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm sitting there and I'm like, and then I'd say about not even 10 minutes later, I see a flashlight. We were actually on one of the left side campsites, actually, near one of the bridges. So the brook went under a bridge, so the road was like right there. But it was uphill. It was like an all downhill. That was not an easy commute with all that stuff. But, so these 2 kids... like in their 20s, not kids, in their 20s, whatever. "Did you guys see that bear?" And I looked at Mark, I'm like, "I told you." He's like, "Oh my God." And I looked at the kids, I think they had a couple of sites, and they were on a different one. And I'm not even sure if I remember this completely correctly, but they mentioned that when they came back to the site, the bear was in their cooler. Big mistake number 1. Don't leave your stuff unattended, especially food. Mm-hmm. He took their beef and chocolate, left the turkey burgers or whatever turkey things that they had, and the marshmallows. He only took 2 of the 4 things. You would think that the bear would just take the whole cooler.
Right.
And that one wasn't a very close call, but the other time it was a whole group of us that went. And someone had brought one of those cube things of 28 sodas, but it was Mountain Dew. Mm-hmm. They put it in our dry box that had the canned goods and stuff. Now, we had like 2 or 3 tarps over it. It was covered in wood. Mm-hmm. So we're in the tent, and we're not sleeping just yet, and we hear something, and we know it's a bear. And I looked at it, and we went, and Mark's like, he mouths to me like, "Don't breathe," like, because he was right there, and we hear like him going through the tarps, whatever. He gets into the dry box too, and then at one point he's walking around our tent. Now Mark's foot was kind of like flush with the end of the tent.
Okay.
Mark said he felt the bear's fucking. Excuse me, sorry, I just said that. Wait, hey, this is online radio. I can say it. Sorry. The bear's
snout
sniffing his feet.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, and he's like, and I'm like. And I'm like screaming, "Oh my god!" But I'm not screaming, "Oh my god!" It's all internal because you cannot have any food in your tent. I think I had sugar-free gum with me. I'm like, "Oh my god, I have gum," but it was sugar-free, so he probably wouldn't have been interested. But I'm thinking, "Oh my god, what if he wants a piece of Trident?" But no, he was literally smelling his foot. I'm
oh
like,
my god!
But he didn't want anything to do with this because the rangers tell you that bears don't really want us. Problems will happen if you scream or you do something, or if you have food on you, like that would make the bear want to attack. But they say they're just looking for the food and they wait. We get up the next morning. It was a Mountain Dew massacre.
Oh, no.
All the Mountain Dews were scattered all over the website. I always say that. Campsite with like these giant slashes in them. And I'm like, that bear was on a sugar high probably for hours. But the rangers would tell you to put your coolers and cover them because the bears know what a cooler is. But because they're even more acclimated, they probably know what a tarp is. Now they know the cooler's still there. So you have to be really careful.
Yeah.
But that bear enjoyed all those Mountain Dews. I said, "Who put that in there?" And I looked over, and I don't remember who it was, but someone wasn't thinking. Because aluminum is not that. They can tell that there's sugar in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sugar.
That is a lot of sugar.
But luckily for me, I don't really drink Mountain Dew. That was theirs. So I was like, well. But it had rained that night. So everything in the dry box got wet, including toilet paper.
Great.
Yeah. Luckily for me, I kept a couple rolls in the car. At least I think I did. I always try to keep some of those paper products in the car in case that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I love the camping experience. It's just really nice to not really know what time it is and to just know that.
To be able to not care.
And to not care.
About what time it is.
Yeah. And some people, I've only really done weekends. I've never done a week-long camp trip, but I would probably do more than a weekend, maybe like a really long weekend. But I mean, it's to be outside in the rough. It's not easy to do a long period of time, I don't think. I mean, it could be. Depends on the person, I guess.
Yeah. I think the longest time I've camped was, I think, like 4 days, 3 nights.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was always a good time.
Great.
So, yeah. Well, that ends that topic.
Yeah. For now.
For now, anyway. But,
coming next, camp gear.
yeah,
That'll be the next talk, camp gear.
Oh, my God, yeah. I want one of those tents that is like, that
That's
has a
supposed to be
connected...
next. You said that as that topic. No, I knew
This
it wasn't over.
is my show. I could do what I want.
I knew it wasn't over.
I'm like, well, we could take a break and come back. And for the next segment, we'll talk camp gear.
Yeah.
Totally. No, the tents that you see, like, they're connected to other tents, so it's like a...
Oh, yeah. Like a little commune.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, though.
You
but
can go from tent to tent
those are
without
gigantic.
being outside.
Those are huge.
Yeah, you need to have a lot of space for those.
Yeah. You don't get that much on Tripoli Road.
No, you're lucky if you do. And if there is a large space, there's usually tree roots or a giant rock in the middle of it.
Yep. I have...
And you're not allowed to alter the land. Like, you can't, try to dig up that rock or...
No, you have to leave it.
Yeah, and you're not allowed to cut down trees. You can use the trees that are already down for wood, but you can't... You can't alter the land in any way.
No. And that's one way of detaching. Some people will detach, like myself. One of the ways I detach is being out in a pool. I did that very recently too. That was nice. I'm glad the warmer weather's coming back.
Yeah, me too.
Or hopefully, I mean, it was chilly earlier and really cold last night, but the summer weather is hopefully right there. I want to do some swimming this year. I want to go to the beach. Just,
I love all the seasons. I do love summer.
Yeah.
Because I like to swim and I like to camp. I like to be outside by the fire, even just in the backyard.
Yeah, no, me too.
So, yay, good times.
Yeah, I do love this time of the year because, like I said, it's just going to do nothing but get warmer. But you know what? Let's take a quick break, actually, because I'm going to go up and refresh my drinky, which is my water. Well, I still have iced coffee left, but it's kind of watered down. And we'll be back, and stay tuned on the lily pad. Where are you going? I didn't turn the microphones off yet. No, just kidding. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, shame on you. You should have been listening the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you are just joining us, Lucy and I are just hanging out. We were just really talking a lot about camping. We were talking about Crispelli's earlier, and then on the break we started talking about food trucks because Crispelli's was it's a food truck. And that's quite a community, the food truck industry there. I've seen a lot of TV shows on like the food channels and Food Network, things like that. And you can really, those are little gold mines, I think. So now, Lucy, you were also telling me recently that you are probably going to be running a food truck?
Yeah, I'll be the woman at the window. The woman at the window.
Sounds like one of those Lifetime movies. Woman at the window. Yeah.
So it's called Smokin' Pete's Barbecue.
Nice.
Southern style barbecue food. We're going to have ribs, sausage, chicken wings, mac and cheese, collard greens.
Oh, that sounds good. So yummy.
Yeah. So you tell me what you want.
Yeah,
and I get it for you. But we'll be opening probably within a couple of weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And now you can go anywhere with these food trucks, which is nice. You can go anywhere. And you need a permit to go in certain towns, or how does that work? Do you know?
need to get a peddler's permit because you have to have the legal rights to be able to sell food to people and make money off of this.
Yeah.
And I also took a course called Serve Safe.
Oh, you did?
Or Safe Serve. It's an online course to get a certificate for food safety.
Oh, okay.
And handling food and things like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Basically, anybody who runs any kind of food, anything, food truck, restaurant, 5-star, shabby hole on the wall, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You kind of have to or should take this course and be certified. So, if a health inspector comes in, they know you know what you're doing and that you're keeping the food at the right temperature.
Right.
Cooking it correctly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, clean.
Because you definitely don't want somebody getting sick from something that you've cooked them. So.
No, because then you won't have a truck.
Right.
Now, I've seen a lot of these shows. They even have, like, not competitions, but, like, contests you can do.
Yeah, competitions.
Competitions, like big, not like some of them are small, some of them are big, but I was thinking, because usually I see the word contest. It's more,
right.
Yeah, but no, they've had a lot of those with barbecue, all kinds of different categories, but it's like a food truck. It's a big event.
Right.
And they have them broken down into categories like barbecue, things like that. You get a good, product and you stick with it and you nail the recipes like perfect.
Oh man, so delicious. I can't stand it.
A rib is really good. I love ribs.
Yeah.
And they fall off the bone. Have to be that good.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one I saw. I don't know if it was Andrew Zimmer. I remember the Bizarre Foods.
Yeah.
Because this isn't really a bizarre food, but I don't know if it was one of his shows. He just happened to be in like a certain state. But it was a grilled cheese truck.
Oh, nice.
And they did all different kinds of grilled cheese. I don't even know what it's called. I'd have to Google it, but
that's pretty rad, though.
Yeah, grilled cheese. You can't go wrong with that.
Oh,
cheese and bread.
Are great. People are getting so creative with mac and cheese now.
Oh my God. They have a mac and cheese restaurant in Manchester.
Like all kinds of things inside the mac and cheese. Oh, so good.
I mean, that's what's neat about food. You could take one item that's been done a certain way 1,000 years and say, well, you know what?
I'm going to do this with it.
I want to, yeah. I want to try that. Oh, let's try that with this too. Ooh, that's nice. Yep. New recipe. Getting creative. And of course, as always, went right back to food.
To food.
You can't escape it, folks. You really can't escape it. It should just be the Lily Pad Podcast. Which food are we talking about today?
Yep.
That's like the whole name of the show. You know, reel it back to food.
Trucks.
In trucks, which is nice.
Yes.
And you can go anywhere.
Yeah, we're also gonna have a trailer on the back of our truck that has a fire, our fire pit, our smoking pit, and everything is on there.
That's awesome.
So it is pretty rad.
Yeah, that's exciting though.
It is exciting.
You can meet a lot of people. Food trucks are huge.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'm trying to think if there are any, and I don't. You know what's funny? I don't really look for food trucks. I don't even know where I would technically find. The only one I know is the Crispelli one.
Right.
So it'll be nice. You should get like a Facebook page.
We have one.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to have to like you guys.
Awesome. Yeah.
Let me find you here. All right. So Smokin' Pete's.
Yep. Smokin' Pete's BBQ.
Was it IN apostrophe or just the word smoking?
It's smoking, but I don't know if there's an apostrophe after the end. I know there's an apostrophe between Pete and S.
What?
Pete's.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking Pete's.
Well, we'll see. There it is. Look at you. I think I found you. That's it. I hope.
Smoking Pete's. Oh.
So not
Maybe. I put the letters BBQ.
Oh, this is... Oh, you know what? This actually says Virginia.
Oh,
That is definitely not it.
No.
Well, Smokin' Pete's barbecue,
BBQ.
but it's BBQ. So you didn't tell me that part.
I said BBQ.
I know you did. I just apparently wasn't listening. Oh, I think I may or may not have found it.
It should be a pig. Yeah, I think that's it.
It
If you
should be a
scroll
pig.
down, there's like a pig like flipping a coin or something. I don't know.
That's him when he's
That's
doing
sausage.
something. That guy.
Yeah.
Those are that's a utensil. He's swinging.
I didn't know what it... Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Because
I told you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, I posted, of course, myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm not vain at all. I'm actually, I do all these magical angles with Snapchat. It really makes me look nice. I'm just a girl in her Snapchat or a girl in her microphone. Or both put together. A girl.
Snapchat and microphone.
That would be an interest. I should make that an episode. How can I make Snapchat and microphone an episode?
Well, you could take pictures of yourself with your microphone, Snapchatty,
I do it all the time anyway.
and post them on your Instagram. But you do that.
I do that.
So
Like that
I don't
one,
know.
I just did on Facebook. I actually should share it onto my Facebook page. It's on my personal Facebook.
I don't know.
Look at all that beef. All I see now is Smokin' Pete's barbecue. Now we need to go someplace and have a rib. Just kidding.
I'll
No.
give you one of mine.
Thanks. What's this? Nothing. Oh, my friend's, let's see. Doing dinner.
So yeah, the first place will be parked
Yeah, where will you be parked?
is 28 in Methuen going up into Salem.
Okay.
Like right after you pass the MSPCA.
Oh, all right. Yeah, yeah.
And where Ted's Mobile is.
Yep.
Right before Ted's Mobile.
Okay. That
It'll be Pretty
works.
awesome.
That works.
Yeah, so look for a couple of crazy, wacky, inflatable arm guys, whatever they're called, dancing around on 28.
Every time I see those, I think of that's Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I see one of those, I can hear him say it, but I don't have the
can't
words.
say it, yeah.
I don't have all the words, but I can just inflatable guy.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all I hear.
Wacky, blah, 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 inflatable guy.
Let's Google it.
Have it
I wanna
mastered
go-
by next time.
Wacky inflatable. I'm just going to put wacky inflatable, wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Oh. Wacky
That's
inflatable flailing arm tube man.
Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man. Those of you out
Wacky
there who
inflatable
watch
arm
a
flailing
certain
tube man.
show will know exactly what we're
Wacky
doing.
inflatable arm waving tube man.
And you're going to keep hearing it in your head over and over again. It's like that song.
I'll still mess it up.
Oh, I'll always mess it up. But now I know it's tube man.
Tube
Wacky
man.
tube man.
Inflatable tube man.
Flailing tube man. Wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man. Yes. Anyway, Smoking Pete's.
Yeah.
Look for them. That's going to be some good food. But I think I'm going to call it, Miss Lucy. It's approaching the 4:30 hour, and I don't know. I just have some
4:20 currently.
I have a few things to do.
Yeah.
So those of you out there who are hopefully having a great weekend, keep doing so. It's still Sunday. Email me anytime, april@thelilypadpodcast.com. I want to hear your stories, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Lucy, my
Yes.
dear, thanks for coming over.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be seeing you on the Lily Pad.